many of you have watched the Welcome to Mapperton episode on American Aristocrat, and we were really looking at, my mother-in-law in particular, looking at the tapestries here. And then of course I went off to Mapperton in Belgium to see how they were restored. It's much cheaper to just buy some new tapestries. But of course we want to be able to repair them because they came from Hinchingbrook. They're over 300 years old, but they've never, as my mother-in-law pointed out, they've never been cleaned or repaired. So I wanted to give you guys an update on the tapestries. I've never ever had so many people comment on one particular scene throughout the entire series of An American Aristocrat as much as they did for the tapestries. So here we are in what's called the West Room, and you can imagine because it's facing west. So here we're in the West Room, and this is actually one of the rooms that we don't have guests to stay in for various reasons. So whether they're coming for a yoga retreat, they don't stay in this room, or if they're coming just to stay with us, they're friends of ours, they don't stay in this room either. And it's partially to do with this bed. So before I get into what we're really going to talk about here, this bed is probably around 1500s. I think that's what it's, so 16th century. And you can see it's just small. Probably, I mean, it is, it's a short bed. So quite a very, very short bed. And believe it or not, it doesn't have it anymore. I still do this, but it used to have a hair mattress in it. So it's only until recently that we've, I think, put that in storage. So used to have a horsehair mattress, but it is obviously a beautiful 4-poster bed. And again, one of the many repairs here is a perfect example. Of course, this would have gone all the way around the bed, but this is what's been left. And again, in a sense, it's like a canopy, something that needs to be repaired. It has been, somebody's tried to repair it there, but obviously you can see the silk is all coming apart. So it's a very fragile piece of textile here. And that's what we're going to be talking about right now, is many of you have watched the Welcome to Mapperton episode on American Aristocrat. And we were really looking at, my mother-in-law in particular, looking at the tapestries here. And then of course I went off to Mapperton in Belgium to see how they were restored. So I wanted to give you guys an update on the tapestries. I have to say, out of that entire episode, it was probably that scene, which really actually surprised me. It was that scene that had more people commenting or giving, hoping that we'd be able to get it restored. I've never ever probably had so many people comment on one particular scene throughout the entire series of An American Aristocrat as much as they did for the tapestries. So if you weren't able to watch the TV series An American Aristocrat, I urge you to go watch it. It's now on Amazon Prime, iTunes, and Apple TV. Of course, it's Smithsonian Channel is the network that I work with. So this is, again, but if you did see it, this is, of course, one of the tapestries that I want to get restored. So this is 18th century, so 1700s. And we discovered when I was in Mapperton that because of the red border here, he could tell, Pierre could tell that this is from Brussels. So this is a Brussels tapestry. And during that period, in particular in the 18th century, that's where some of the most extraordinary tapestries were made in Belgium. And he could tell that this was actually Brussels because of the red sort of floral border here. But again, the repair that needs to be done, it can be done, but the repair is extensive, will cost thousands of pounds to have it repaired. And as my mother-in-law said in that sequence, it's much cheaper to just buy some new tapestries. But of course, we want to be able to repair them because they came from Hinchingbrook. They're over 300 years old, but they've never, as my mother-in-law pointed out, they've never been cleaned or repaired. So this, I'm sure Pierre would love to get his hands on this, because if you noticed in that scene, all of the black water that was coming out of some of the tapestries that in particular people in the UK were having restored at DeWitt. the place in Mechlin that restores them, the royal manufacturers of tapestry, and because of the coal, because of obviously the coal that was here. So this is one that we want to get repaired. But during the Victorian period, and this is again part of these are all kind of part together as a collection. During the Victorian period, when it was still quite cold in the homes, and it's still very, very cold here, they would cut them up and then stick them on the wall. So originally, remember these were made for, obviously they were art, they were beautiful, but they were there to keep the homes warm. But the Victorians would then cut them and piece them on different parts of the wall. And you're going to see that happen firsthand in a second. But Stephen can probably see this, that this has been completely cut in half. So not in half, but in almost like a quarter here. And again, this is something that we would look to have repaired. Now, I can't tell if this is necessarily the right match. I don't think it is. I think it's close enough, but I don't think that this is actually the right match to this, but I think it's pretty close. There might have been something in between there. But even at looking at here, Stevie, you can see that there's a bird there on a branch, but that bird is now quite dark. So because these haven't been cleaned. And even the state of repair, obviously somebody did try to repair, but very, very badly. So these would all have to be taken out and then repaired. So I'm going to show you another example of how tapestries were cut. So again, this is, you can see from the trees, and that to me, I can just actually picture it right now. I'm pretty certain that goes on that end over there. I'm almost 100% positive. So it goes on the very, very end over there, and it has this extraordinary peacock here, which again, can you imagine if that was repaired? Look at this peacock and the colors, if it was just to be cleaned, and the vibrant colors that would come out of the peacock. And it looks like here you've got a fountain, and that's very, very hard to see here, but this is actually a fountain, so you can see some of the water coming out of the fountain. But because it hasn't been cleaned, it's nearly impossible to see that this is a fountain with, I'm not sure what Greek god is there, but probably Neptune. Is that right? Poseidon. Probably Poseidon. That's the Poseidon, not Neptune. Sorry, Poseidon, if I'm getting that right. So again, something that we definitely want to have restored, really, repaired and restored. So I'm going to take you down to the dining room, and the dining room also has another tapestry, which it had been repaired a bit and restored a bit, but it's due again. It needs to go to, basically to somewhere like the Royal Manufacturers of Tapestry, DeWitt in Mechlin, because they are, the cream of the crop, the best. This is what they do. And you saw that in the episode, what they were doing with Boughton, so cousins of ours, the Duke of Buccleuch, used to be the Duke of Montague, and then various reasons became the Duke of Buccleuch. Whoops! And how he was having his. I mean, it looks absolutely beautiful when you saw the Duke of Buccleuch's tapestry. It was gorgeous. So we still have our Christmas decorations up. We'll be taking those down so very, very soon. You can have a little look at my swags there. They're all, those need to be put into the fire. So we will be having a bonfire. So that's what we do with this. We sort of bonfire it outside. So again, this is another tapestry that is definitely in need of repair. So you can see that this tapestry here is the same tapestry that's upstairs in the West Room with the trees and of course the border up there. But it's all been slightly weirdly put together. This has been sewed on. I have no idea why. Here it doesn't even match. You've got, and when you look closely, you can see, again, This border here would be, it's the same floral border as upstairs, so it's from Brussels. It's part of the same tapestry collection. Beautiful flowers here that you can, really, you have to look very hard to notice them, but can you imagine this being restored? So you can see right here, oh my gosh, so you can see this has been cut, and actually, you know what, Claire, can we turn on those lights? I just realized this is probably dark for you. It's dark for me. This is dark anyway because it probably has tons of coal in it, but it is a little bit better with the lights on. So you can see in particular here, this doesn't even match. This has been sewed together and it's literally not even matched up like at all. So this would have to be taken apart, matched up with those up there so we could, again, repair it. And also, Stephen, I want to show you this as well. And again, as you saw the peacock upstairs, you can see these dogs here, these lovely, lovely dogs that you can barely see because they need to be cleaned and this needs to be massively repaired. We've got holes over here, but again, the same border. So it's about really piecing them together so you have this absolutely extraordinary tapestry as much as we can get together, not just this one, but combining it with where it originally was with the one upstairs. It would have been an absolutely, huge, huge tapestry. And I'm just looking at this as well. So you can see that this was sort of, I think, snipped off and a border was put here where it shouldn't have been put. So this border might have come from one of the tapestries upstairs and snipped off and put here. So a lot of work to be done. Again, this is thousands and thousands of pounds to restore this. This is something that we definitely want to do. Here's one of my little kittens coming in here. That's Stormy, who's technically not allowed in here. So we might need to grab Stormy or not. Okay. Yeah, that naughty, naughty cat. Let's go grab the cat. There, come here. Okay. Here, I'll take little Stormy. So Stormy was snuck in, not allowed. Only allowed, oops, and then getting into my, I know. But here we go, there we go, I know. So Stormy, I don't think has ever even been, these are our kittens that we got over lockdown. I don't think Stormy has ever even been in this part of the house. But we do have very, very sweet kittens. So what I was saying is thousands of pounds to restore, and it's something that we will be fundraising for in 2021. Is that the other cat? Oh no, that was his tail, her tail. So that is something that we will be, I know, come here. They are there we go. I know it's a camera. Okay, I'm gonna put you through your side. There we go. I'm gonna, no. Oh. Here we go. Okay, come here, Stormy. Come here. Okay, we're gonna try it one more time. Come here. I know. Okay, we're gonna try this one more time. Here we go. Wait, and then I'm gonna come back in, Stephen. There we go. Okay, no, don't try again. No, I know you want to. Okay, bye. Okay. We try to keep them in more of the private part of the house, obviously, because of the furniture and things like that. So, but she clearly wanted a sneak peek. So, yes, so that is just an update, again, in a sense, on the tapestries for those of you who were watching. But, I mean, this, look, right here, massive tear in it. But as Pierre told me, they can definitely do something. Do something about this, but I suspect a project like this with the tapestries in the West Room and the tapestries here in the dining room would take 2 years is my guess with that. At least definitely over a year, but 2 years. So again, this is something that we're going to be looking to fundraise for in 2021. So do look out for that. We will of course let you guys know when we'll be fundraising for it. But I think having tapestries like this that have been in the family since the 1700s, I definitely am very, very passionate about restoring these and bringing them back to life. And of course, keeping them in the family, absolutely, but bringing the vibrancy and the art and really the the beauty of these tapestries and really the hard work that went into these tapestries to bring that all back to life. So again, this is a huge project we want to do because the dining room and the West Room are both open to the public. So when visitors come, they do see these tapestries and we want to restore them to what they used to be like. So when somebody comes in here, that is one of the reasons that they're visiting us, as well as obviously the history here of the Sandwich family. But these do come from the Sandwich family, over 300 years old, and to restore and repair them back to, as much as you can, back to their natural state. Wouldn't that be a real wow factor here on a tour here at Mapperton? So I'm going to sign off. And again, fingers crossed for 2021 that we can do some fundraising around these tapestries and get these to Brussels, or get these to Belgium and have them beautifully and impeccably restored. That is, here's the 2021 big restoration project here at Mapperton. So bye everybody. Again, thank you so much for your support. All of your support goes a long way. It goes towards the production of these videos and of course helps in maintaining this part of England's heritage. And to a huge shout out, as I do at the end of every video, for those of you in the top tier. So Robert and Sean and Angeline and Cheryl and Sherry. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys again next week. Bye.